Hey everybody, feels like ages since I last made a video. Well, it is, because it was like last week, because the last two videos were made on the same day. First thing you're obviously going to notice is these monstrosities on the bike. The mirrors. They're actually on these longer bars. This one's kind of usable. This one's not great. They're still not wonderful, and I still find myself doing this a lot, but whatever. I'm sure you'll work out why they're there. Yes, that's right, for the test. Because obviously where I'm going to be doing my test soon, I need to get in the habit of, you know, mirror, shoulder check and all that bollocks for the test. And obviously if I'm not doing it on this bike and I am doing it on that one, it's going to be a harder transition. So, yeah, that's what... Jesus! Okay, well they are doing 35, but it is only a 40. Now quite a bit's happened in the last week. When I last spoke to you, well, the time for last I was talking about, I did a video about the claim saying that the solicitor wants to get more, blah, blah, blah. Well, I looked at what she thought I could get versus the, you know, the safe settlement taking. And with everything considered, I decided to take the settlement. Now, I don't have it yet. There was a couple of days just making sure that all the terms with that are correct, that, you know, I literally don't pay for anything, which I shouldn't have done anyway, but it was worth to make sure that was part of their agreement. And it was fine, that's all the case, so I have settled it, and we're currently waiting for the cheque to arrive, which should only take a few days, they're saying, and then it's got to get paid in my solicitor's account, and then sent to me, and blah, blah, blah. So, it shouldn't be too long, and the cash will arrive. Now, as I say, I could have actually filed the case and, you know, gone for maybe 20% more. It may not have been quite 20% more, but I decided that so they couldn't try and screw me over or anything, it was well worth just taking the settlement. And also the sort of the first half of the money is the money that's going to really make a huge difference to me. Hopefully the other half will just go in the bank. So you might be asking, what are the future plans? How are things going to pan out? I mean, I've had people ask me like, oh, have you done your test yet? It's like, I haven't even finalised the frigging case. Come on, guy. But yeah, basically, first things first, I'm going to pay my debt off. Second thing, I'm buying a PC, and I've done quite a bit of talking on my Facebook about this, and what's come to my attention is that everyone in the world is a PC building expert, and every single one of them has a different opinion as to what's right and wrong. I've done a lot of research. I've now sort of, I made a list of things in a PC that I wanted, and I gave it a PC specialist, and they've modified it a little bit to make it work altogether better and just be better overall. So that will be a beast. An absolute fucking beast of a computer, but it's not entirely cheap. And of course there's this whole argument about, you know, buy it, build it yourself versus paying someone to build it for you. And I did some costings of a built PC versus buying all the individual parts, and not including the delivery costs on each item you'd have to purchase, and not having the backup of, you know, warranty or anything like that, and having to build it yourself, and the, you know, responsibility of building it, and then be able to say, no, you did something wrong. The difference was like £200, and it's well worth spending the extra just to get that warranty. But anyway, that's what's going on with the PC. In the next few weeks, I hopefully should have a beast that will not take forever. It's an i7 with a GTX 9 something, and a good motherboard, and some decent RAM, and blah 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 blah, and, you know, a good power unit. So it'll be good. Of course, the next subject is test. When am I doing my test? Well, I'm currently, I got the apps for the theory, and I've been practicing the theory. Well, I got the apps last night, and I did 3 practice tests and passed them all, so I was like, okay, well that's okay. And then got the hazard perception one and passed that, and was like, oh, okay, that's okay. So that shouldn't be a problem, the theory. But that's just knowledge stuff, isn't it? But one of the things that did get me was the hazard awareness. I didn't realise how serious, like, the thing had to be. I mean, the first time I was like, okay, anything is a hazard type thing. I'm like, well, that could be, that could be, that could be. And it's like, no, fail. It's like, okay, I see. And it literally, the hazard awareness is you only click if you were going to crash into something if you didn't slow down for some reason. And basically, the car's going to do what it needed to do. So it's a good indication, you know. So I'm planning to do the theory, well, when I basically feel like I've revised enough to be happy that I'll pass it first time. I'm sure I will. So I'm going to do that next month or so. As for the test, well, I'm planning to do that when the weather's nicer. I have done my CBTs in September, October time every time that I've done them. And I'm fed up of doing it in the pissing rain. I want to do it in some nice weather. So I'm sure I'll still get pissing rain, but I'm going to wait till late spring, early summer maybe. Obviously I'll have to look into getting it booked up way before then. And then as for when am I going to get a bike after that, you know, the plan is a DRZ 400 SM. I've seen a few nice ones around. There's been all sorts of interesting suggestions people have made. In fact, on my Facebook I did say, so what bike do you think I should get? Now, a lot of people thought I was changing my mind, and I wasn't. I was just merely saying, what bike do you think I should get? I know what I'm planning to get, but what do you think? It surprised me how many people were suggesting like naked bikes and sports bikes, and it kind of made me wonder if people actually sort of understand me as a person, as a vlogger. It's like, seriously, you think that I will go for one of those? Of course the answer is no. It will be a supermoto. How wide are the mirrors going to make me? They shouldn't make a difference. They actually look like they're within the bar ends. So yeah, this week, other than working still, I've literally just been spending my time sorting stuff out and planning for the future. You know, when you get a big wad of cash in your pocket, you get very tempted by some things. You're like, I really love one of those. And you think about it, it's like that soon adds up. So I'm sort of window shopping and getting it out of my system before I get the money. So I don't buy anything frivolous. Well, I mean, the PC is a little bit over the top. It could be cheaper. The camera's in low light mode. I wonder if it's going to way overexpose it or if it'll adjust. Be interesting to see. In fact, this is one of the first night vlogs I've done with this camera. No, actually, I think this is the first sort of night-ish type vlog I've ever done. I did a little testing bit with it. I mean, don't get me wrong. I do like bikes like that. I do like the sports bikes, and I do like some naked bikes, but no, it's not right for me at the moment. I'm not sure it ever will be, to be honest. And apart from the sort of my limitations of my frame size, you might say, upright bikes are much nicer. And yeah, there's naked upright, well, you know, upright positioned naked bikes. Still, it's just, I don't know, there's something about there being able to go anywhere and do anything I want, pretty much, type thing about it. I mean, I don't do any long distance shit, so, you know. Of course, it is going to be slightly weird when I do my test, because the bikes are, well, they're naked bikes, obviously. They're relatively upright, they're not very big. They're 500cc bikes. I've seen them, I can't remember exactly what they are. I was going to do my CBT on them one last year, because he said, oh, do you want to do it on a bigger bike? And then it literally started pissing down rain. He was like, let's not. I was like, okay, mate, to be honest with you, that's a fair call. Okay, let's be smart about this and not go that way. A couple of people have said to me, like, oh, do you think you can handle the power of a DRZ 400? And it's like, what power? Yeah, I know they're more powerful than this bike, considerably more powerful than this bike, but they're not the most powerful in the world, not stock anyway. And we're all human, remember this. We're all human beings. If anyone can ride one, everyone can ride one. It's just, you know, you have to practice and get used to doing these things. And a lot of it is just this, just one hand. Just don't yank on it too much, you know? It's not a big deal. Yeah, sorry I haven't made too many videos lately. As I'm sure you can understand with so much going on at the moment. I've got to make some very important decisions that I really do need to think about and not make snap decisions about. That is one thing I'm actually very good at, is realising when I'm, you know, getting a little bit like, oh, I'd love to get this, and oh, maybe I should, and then I stop and I do research and I look into things more and I talk to people who I know what they're talking about. I mean, as I said, I'm very appreciative of all the sort of help people have suggested through my Facebook about PCs and stuff. I mean, I've had literally, I cannot explain how many people have messaged me saying, I can build it for you, and it's just like, be serious. I have no idea who you are and what sort of, you know, what actual knowledge you have on these things. Will I entrust a plus £1,000 build on you? No. Hell fucking no. And I think you can understand why that is. I'm sure there is a few of you who are extremely well enough qualified, as it were, to do that. I mean, quite a few people have been like, yeah, I've made like 40 odd PCs between this, that and the other, but still, so I missed out all that traffic, so this was definitely the right decision. But, come on. There's ducks! There are ducks! Bloody ducks everywhere! He just turned his blues on. I don't think he's pulling that guy over, but it's interesting he would do it on a bridge at this time of night. It doesn't matter how much he wants to get through, he's not going to. Anyway, I hope you're all well. I'm looking forward to the things to come this year. It should be pretty damn cool, as far as I'm concerned. But anyway, I'll catch you next time. You didn't end up having to load. I think I once loaded 10 of the 13 in a row. And people complain these days about Xbox and PlayStation and shit like that and loading time. You twat! Fuck off!